What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. What's going on, y'all? Woo. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out of breath because I was running downstairs to go get this, and I had to run back upstairs so I can make it in time before the music went off. But what's going on, you guys? All right. Now, before we get into anything, I'm going to let you guys know that later on today, you will be getting a review of Love and Hip Hop Miami, and then you will be also getting a live review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So make sure you guys tune in for both things on today. That's all I have to remind you guys of. All right. Now, we got some things to talk about this morning. Okay, it's already 100 of y'all up in here. Shout out to all of y'all that's in here. If you're new, subscribe. If you're new, like the video. All those things. Let me see. Let me see which mods I got in here right now. We got Sharice. Hey, girl. We got Pain. Hey, Pain. I love my Pain. So those are my two mods that's up in here right now. They'll be scoping out the building. They'll be making sure there is no disrespect. They'll make sure that y'all calm the hell down, because sometimes with certain topics and certain issues, it gets hot in here in this comment section. We do know that. And Too Feisty is also up in here. She the queen, honey. So we got some things to discuss. Now, we have been talking about Dr. Heavenly and her comments that offended the LGBTQ community, right? We've been talking about that for the last few days. I talked about it already. There was a couple of other people that talked about it. I watched a couple of videos the other day. Yesterday, I think Queen Sheba talked about it yesterday. I think when Tay Talks talked about it yesterday. I think Rodney talked about it. I haven't seen his video yet, but I think he talked about it. And I think Bondi talked about it yesterday too. And Jamie, that's me, talked about it. So those are the people that I know for a fact off the top of my head that's discussed this. So as y'all know, Funky Dineva is really good friends with Dr. Heavenly. We all know this. We all know this, right? So when she said what she said, a lot of people were wondering what would be Funky Dineva's response, because we do know that he hangs tough with that lady. So everybody wanted to know what his stance was going to be. Now he did Rodney going live tonight to talk about it. Okay, good, gotcha. Now we all wanted to know what he had to say, right? So he went live yesterday, but before we even get into the live piece that he did on this, we're gonna get into what he said on Instagram first. So this is what he said on IG. I think y'all can't see that. Let me make it bigger. Okay. So Funky Dineva started off by saying, "What Heavenly said is how most of y'all feel. My text messages have been going off all night, people wanting to know what I think. Here is what I think. I have learned to navigate the world being considered less than a man since the 3rd grade, and honestly, I have no real reaction. It's another day at the office for me. Unfortunately, especially in the Black community, this is a shared thought by the majority. I can upset my makeup and disturb my tears being upset about a belief that won't change in this lifetime, or I can keep scrolling through Uber Eats. Uber Eats it is. These are my official thoughts, so y'all can stop asking and tagging me. And yes, I'll still be her friend the same way I'm friends with the rest of y'all and your closeted beliefs about gay men. It's par for the course." Okay? So, that's what he said on Instagram. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get into what he said on YouTube Live last night. And then once we get done listening to what he said, I got something to say. Because I already listened to it already, but I don't know if everybody else has. But y'all know we're going to play the audio. We're going to listen to what he said. And then after we listen to what he said, I'm going to come back and say what I got to say. And then we're going to get into Dr. Heavenly with her third apology. I think it's a third damn apology. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're about to go ahead and listen to what he said, and then we'll be right back. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
The day gonna end. So, there was a lot of y'all who didn't even want me to bring up the Dr. Heavenly thing again or whatever. But I'm actually going to bring it up because it's been bothering me. It has been bothering me. It's been bothering me for the last 24 hours. And so, as a result of, Dr. Heavenly's comments, you guys can go back and find them in reference to gay men not being real men or whatever. And she didn't mean it like that. And listen, in being friends with Dr. Heavenly, she's made comments like that before, in my face. She's made comments like, oh, if a man called me a bitch, my husband would probably fight, but he probably wouldn't even get mad if one of the gay boys did it or whatever, because it's not the same. He don't look at you like y'all not like a real man or whatever the case may be. Look at it sideways, keep it moving, choose to address it and fix it, keep it moving, whatever the case may be. And I wrote the comment because everybody's blowing my phone up, and I wrote, "Do y'all now see why I don't fool up with fish too heavy?" That was my comment. Do y'all now see why I don't fool up with fish too heavy? Then my comment was, what Heavenly said is how most of y'all feel. My text messages have been going off all night, people wanting to know what I think. Here is what I think. I have learned how to navigate the world being considered less than a man since the 3rd grade. Honestly, I have no real reaction. It's another day at the office for me. Unfortunately, especially in the Black community, this is a shared thought by the majority. I can upset my makeup and disturb my tears about a belief that won't change in this lifetime, or I can keep scrolling through Uber Eats. Uber Eats it is. These are my official thoughts, so y'all can stop asking and tagging me. And yes, I will still be her friend the same way I'm friends with the rest of y'all and y'all closeted beliefs about gay men. It is par for the course. And here is the thing. I stand by my comments 400 times. I double down on my comments 400 times. And y'all just gonna have to get into it, because let me first acknowledge that, and I hate that we live in a world where every time you talk about something, you have to say some, not all. Some, not all. Some, not all. Okay? And listen, I know that when I use the word fish in my captions sometimes, that it upsets some of y'all and it tap dance on some of y'all nerves. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I do it on purpose lots of times. But I also want you to understand that when I make comments, and see, Melissa, you put the perfect comment. We are all being judged and critiqued. Black women. Oh, no, Melissa, you got a good comment, not you. No, you got a good comment. What I want y'all to understand sometimes is that number one, if it don't apply, let it fly. And number two, truthfully speaking, in this moment, I'm not talking to y'all. In this moment, I am not talking to y'all. I am not talking to women. I am not talking to Black women. In this moment, I am talking to my gay boys. And I think what a lot of y'all fail to realize is that I am a gay boy first. Okay? I'm a gay boy first. I like the fact that y'all like coming over here, playing in my front yard. I respect the fact that y'all like to play in my treehouse and eat my snacks. But at the very end of the day, I am a gay boy first. And I have a different experience on this planet than Black women, than Black men. I am talking to my gay boys when I say things like, you need to watch out for fish. Okay? And I understand all of y'all don't think that way. But what you're not going to get me to believe is that all 6,124 of y'all who are on this chat right now, you're not going to gaslight me into believing that all of y'all are here for gay people and all of y'all support gay people. The overwhelming majority of y'all watch me and will still look me in my face and say things like, love the sinner, not the sin. I love the sinner, not the sin. Now, what type of backhanded shit is that? Okay. And then there is this expectation, I guess. Let me back up. Let me first take responsibility. The first thing is, I probably just shouldn't have even said nothing publicly about the heavenly thing. And my life would probably be a hell of a lot more peaceful right now. So I'll eat that. I will eat that. I probably just shouldn't have said nothing. This wouldn't even been nothing. But the point that I want y'all to understand, even if it's not you, it's the bitch next to you. Okay? Y'all are not going to sit here and gaslight me into believing that when y'all are not in all female spaces, when y'all are not in the hair salon, when y'all are not at the bridal shower in the background, that the homophobic shit don't be going around. All right. And that when that girl over there gets mad when she's telling the story, we become every punk, faggot, and sissy in the book. All right. And you're not going to gaslight me into believing that when it happens, that you put your cape on every single time and you run around the hair salon educating people. No, you sit your ass there with your legs crossed. You keep reading your Ebony magazine and you wait for Shanika to call you to get your hair washed. The reality of the situation, guys, is whether you like it or not, whether some of y'all agree with it or not, whether some of y'all are the biggest allies of the community or not, there still is a large portion of people who are not. And one thing that bothers me about the female gender sometimes is y'all walk around and act like y'all carry the only license to pain and the only license to be able to vent. The same way y'all are able to stand up on platforms and say things like, y'all say things to y'all community all the time. Case in point, oh, if y'all see a bunch of men standing across the street at night, walk across the other side of the street because it ain't safe. Y'all don't see the male collective getting mad and getting up in arms or whatever the situation is because it's the truth. All right? Listen, when I'm talking to my gay boys, I'm talking to my gay boys. And gay boys, y'all need to be careful of fish, okay? Because all them hoes ain't your friends, all right? And the overwhelming majority of them hoes, they want you to be their boyfriends, their husbands, their baby daddies, lick their wounds when these men out here treating them wrong. They want you to be their sounding board. They want you to listen to everything that's going on in their life, all right? Listen to all their woes, don't know nothing about yours, okay? And then the minute they get back in good graces with that Negro, or they get back in good graces with their good home girl, your ass is shitted on and pushed back to the side. All right. That may offend some of y'all. That's our experience with y'all. Some, not all. Some, not all. Some, not all. But that's our experience. All right. So, like I said in my post, I have learned to navigate being considered less than since the 3rd grade. If I was to X out everybody in my life that had that belief system, if my gay boys were to X out everybody in their life that think that way, we'd have no family and we'd have no friends. I'd have no grandmother. I'd have no mama. Okay. I'd have no uncle. Them cousins over there. We'd have no friends. We would have no friends. All my devout Christians, we'd have no friends. So I mean what I say when I said I have learned how to navigate things. Y'all may not understand it, and you don't have to understand it. Okay? But this then, wanted me to get up and cuss her out and put her in her place, then I would have to do it's 7,000 of y'all on here. I promise you, I'd have to X out 5,000 of y'all as well, who sit back and have the same closeted beliefs. And y'all do. Y'all do. I'm okay with gay people. I don't want my son to be one. How many of y'all sit up and watch me and key and all of that, and y'all would beat the shit out of y'all son if he came home and was me? So nah, bitch, you ain't finna gaslight me into believing that. You ain't finna, y'all hoes ain't finna gaslight me into believing. And Ashley, you say it's ignorant, and it can be. Turn me off. Turn the page. It's my/our experience. It is. Now, I will say this. I thank you, and I acknowledge those of y'all who are true allies. I do. I do. I do. I do. And I am going to learn to try to lean on y'all a little more than. But it's the same thing that Muhammad Ali said about white people and snakes. All right. He said, if I'm standing somewhere and I see a bunch of rattlesnakes coming towards me, okay, am I going to stand there hoping that 1 or 2 or 3 don't bite me? Or am I going to run because I know rattlesnakes bite? It's the same thing, guys. Yes, yes, yes. I acknowledge that there are a lot of y'all who are true allies, so on and so forth. But me and my gay boys cannot go out in this world, navigating the world like the collective, like the female collective is a safe space for us, because it isn't. And it's not to invalidate those of y'all who support and those of y'all who are true allies, but the collective is not a safe space for us. That's that on that. I hope some of y'all understand. Some of you don't. And if you don't, to hell with you. What other B I got?
Now, if you're wondering why I pull out this Lysol, it's because I smell bullshit. That's the reason why I pulled it out. Let's be clear. Let's just start there. That's number 1. Number 2, it's like some things that he says, right? Some things that he says could be true. As far as, there's people out there that says, I don't have a problem with gay people, but I don't want my son to be gay. Let's be clear. Nobody wants their son to be gay. My mother didn't want me to be gay. And it ain't because she don't respect gay men or don't like the lifestyle or whatever you want to call it, it's because of the ridicule that we get as gay and black men. That's why that wouldn't be something that my mother would have chosen for me. And I understand that and I agree with that. If I wanted a damn child, I would not want them to be gay simply because of the shit that we go through. So it's not always a homophobic stance when someone says that. Okay. Number two, you sat here and you said that Dr. Heavenly has made comments like this in your face many times before, and you gave her the side eye, and you would still be around her. Well, I feel like this. Why is it everybody else's responsibility that you choose to be around a motherfucker that says shit that doesn't align with the life that you live? Why is that everybody else's fault? If you got a friend and they say homophobic ass shit or suspect ass shit in your presence, why do you stay around them? Why even be around them? Because here's the thing. I grew up with nothing but girls. I didn't get no group of male friends until I was in fucking high school. If you look at my video that I did maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, it was like a live roast that I did with my childhood friends, right? And most of them were girls. It was only 2 men on that video with me. That was Reggie and my friend James. Everybody else were women. And one thing about those women that you saw on that video with me, they never said no suspect stuff around me. They never been homophobic around me. They never disrespected me in any kind of way. And in turn, I've never disrespected them. And in turn, if they saw anybody being homophobic around me, they would check that. And in turn, if a nigga disrespect them in my motherfucking face, they gonna get checked. We always did that for each other. So if you got a friend, your ass is gay, and that friend of yours is a woman and she's saying all kinds of suspect ass shit in your presence, then why are you sticking around? Because let me tell you something else. There was a girl that I was friends with in college, right? When I was coming out the closet, she held my hand. And, she held my hand as I was coming out the closet, right? And so she accepted me, but then turned around and said that gay marriage is an abomination and being gay is an abomination. Do you think I'm still friends with that motherfucker? Okay. Do you think I give this motherfucker a moment's thought? And I haven't talked to that girl in 10 years and don't have no means, no nothing to go back down that road. Also, you say this is the reason why you don't fool with fish too tough, but that's all you hang around. That's all we see you with is the ATL fish. That's all we see you with. So that doesn't make any sense to me when you say that's why I don't hang around with fish too tough. If you don't hang around with quote unquote fish too tough, why is that all we see you with? That's all we see you with is fish. We see you with the quads and the heavenlies and, the folks like that. That's all we see you with. So how you going to say you don't hang with them too tough? And also, let's be real here. Why are you holding all black women accountable for the shit that your friend said? Why are you gaslighting everybody about something that your damn friend said? If anything, the person that you need to be holding accountable is your fucking friend. We need to hold motherfuckers accountable that needs to be held accountable. And your friend is the one that need to be held accountable. Because the entire time I was sitting here listening to that, it just made it seem like you took this moment to deflect from talking about your friend to do what you normally do, and that's put all black women in a box. And what's so annoying and offensive to me is that this is the shit that people compare me to. Now, granted, I have no problem with Funky Dineva. When he's right, he's right. And when he's fucking wrong, I'm going to come out and say that he's fucking wrong. Has he been an inspiration to me in some sort of way with the things that he's done on YouTube? Absolutely. But do I agree with every motherfucking thing that he says and does? No, because he says a lot of problematic ass shit that make me look at him crazy sometimes. My thing is, it's the same way, like you say, women would sit around you and, be in your face, be friends with you, and then when you walk away, then you know what I'm saying, you are you a punk, you this and you that, and all this other stuff, right? That's true. There are some women that do that. I'm not gonna take that from them. That is very true. There are some women that do that. Absolutely. There are some that do that. I see it all the time. But I don't put that on all motherfucking women. You know what I mean? Like, I would never say that. But at the same time, you could also say the same thing about gay men too. Gay men will sit around a woman and be fucking on her man right behind her damn back and we'll brag about it. Let's call a motherfucking thing a thing. Everybody should respect everybody. Just like we want to be respected, because it always comes down to the black men versus the gay men bullshit. And I get so tired of this topic. It's just irritating. I get so annoyed with this. I don't like to talk about this shit at all. But it's agitating to me because it always come down to when you say, because you saying you speaking to the gay boys when you say that you need to watch out for fish. Not really. Now, I'm not taking away your experience, but I'm going to be real funky with you, no pun intended. In my experience, women have always been down with me. In my experience, straight ass men have been down for me. Looked out for me in the best way possible. It's them gay motherfuckers that I had to look out for because not the people you see me with, but in the past, it's been them that's burned me. It's been them that's done shit to me. It's them that's been treacherous towards me. It wasn't no motherfucking woman. Now, if we're going to be real, we're going to be real now. Some folks probably gonna be mad with my thoughts and opinions and shit, and you know I don't give a fuck. I don't give not one motherfucker. I don't care what nobody gotta say. I don't care. I'm not pandering to no women. I ain't trying to pander to no women to disrespect or degrade my gay brothers or anything like that. I'm just telling the damn truth. We don't need to make this shit an all black woman thing. Make it a Dr. Heavenly thing because she's the motherfucker that said the shit. And as her friend, you really didn't have to get. I know you probably felt the need to I feel like you felt the need to say something because you already knew that everybody was looking at you funny and was wondering what the hell you thought about this topic. And we all were looking at you funny. We all were wondering what the hell were you gonna say in regards to this situation. We were all wondering. But we wasn't just wondering about you. We were wondering about Funky. We were wondering about Carlos. All you motherfuckers that hang with Dr. Heavenly. Because the only person that we've seen that spoke up was Dustin. And I don't know if he has a relationship with her or not, but he spoke up. And you just spoke up, but you spoke up and deflected this whole conversation, and you decided to go on your tangent about women and how men need to watch out for women. That is not the case with everybody. Maybe as a friend, if you would educate your friend about what's appropriate and what's not, then maybe she won't say the shit that she's saying to you. I had to educate myself on what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. I too used the word fish in regards to women in the past. I never said it on my videos, but in the past, before I even became a YouTuber, that was a term that people would use, fish. I never knew what it meant. I used to hear other gay boys say it all the time. And they said, you know, that's fish, whatever. I didn't know what that term meant. I didn't know if it, I didn't, you know, I just thought it was, you know, just a term that, you know, gay guys use when a girl was a bad B or whatever. That's what I thought it was. And even one of some of my female friends would take it in stride and even, you know, never took it personal. But when I saw women come out and say that they didn't like the word and they didn't like the term and the term just wasn't for them or whatever, they didn't like that. Um, you know, I chose not to say it because I respect my friends. I respect the women that's around me. Everybody knows that I respect my mom. I love my mom. I love my female friends. So I would never use that term and make them feel like they're disrespected. However, I feel like Funky allows Heavenly and other women, because I think that's why he got the opinion that he has. He allows them to say things like that in his presence and it goes unchecked. That's my thing. And I just feel like at the end of the day, I just feel like if you got friends in your corner that says shit like that and do shit like that in your presence, then you need to check them. You need to check them. In other words, we can't be friends. It's all about respect. If you're gonna be my friend and we're gonna be friends with each other, you gotta respect me. And that's just the basis of the situation. At the end of the day, Funky, you need to uh make Heavenly take accountability. Everybody don't need to take accountability for the shit that she chose to say. You know what I mean? Like she chose to say that. And that's the truth of the matter. Now, like I said what the fuck I said. Y'all know I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. It is what it is. I feel like he flipped this whole thing and made it about black women as a whole. Now let me just say this. There were some points that he made. Are there black women that are homophobic as hell? Absolutely. There are some that's homophobic. And they do it in the most passive aggressive way. They do it. And they know they be doing it. So is that a lie? Absolutely not. It's not a lie in the least. It's not a lie at all. I agree with that. Is it right to call them out? Absolutely. Should we call out those that are homophobic? Absolutely. Absolutely. We should call them out. Now, let me just say this too as we get ready to get into Dr. Heavely's apology. Well, maybe I should get into her apology now and then say what I gotta say after she apologizes for the umpteenth time, child. I hope y'all, first of all, I hope you guys are enjoying the video for the most part. I hope you guys are. Let me go ahead and check these super chats that I've missed before we get into the next part. Takyo Ish, I like him, but you're speaking facts. Thank you, Lynette. Preach, because it ain't the women I gotta worry about, it's the other sisters that be the problem. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and thank you, Janique. I'm sorry, G baby. I be calling you by your real name, and I don't know if you still want me to call you that, but thank you for your super chat, honey. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Um, let me go ahead and get into what she said. Let's get into Dr. Heavenly, and then after we get into what Dr. Heavenly had to say, then we're gonna go ahead and get into what I think about her apology. Let's get into it, y'all.
I'm just emotional right now because and again, let me apologize for what I said before. I made a lot of people feel uncomfortable about something I made, and it was mistaken. And I want to say I apologize. It was an ignorant statement I made about, being a real man, or whatever. I want to apologize for that again and again. Y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I didn't mean anything by it, but it doesn't take away from somebody I might have hurt their feelings. So I will apologize for that again and again and again. I was wrong. That was an ignorant statement. And I'm just emotional right now because and again, let me apologize for what I said before. I made a lot of people feel uncomfortable about something I made, and it was mistaken. And I want to say I apologize. It was an ignorant statement I made about, being a real man, or whatever. I want to apologize for that again and again. Y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I didn't mean anything by it, but it doesn't take away from somebody I might have hurt their feelings. So I will apologize for that again and again and again. I was wrong. That was an ignorant statement. And
so that was Dr. Heavenly, and that was her apologizing for the umpteenth time, y'all. Let me just start off by saying this. Outside of the show, Dr. Heavenly is a cool person. Like, she's really sweet. She gave me a lot of advice on publishing my book and things like that. So I got to preface that by saying that. However, I don't know how you thought that wasn't going to offend anybody, Dr. Heavenly. You only said what you've been thinking, and you only said what a lot of people think, which goes back into what Funky Dineva said. Because while the biggest problem that I had with his with his statements was the fact that he was like taking it to deflect, to go on a tangent and not really hold his friend accountable. But that's something that you really believe. A lot of people really believe that gay men are not strong-willed men. A lot of people feel like gay men are not manly men. They're not real men because they are gay. In what world does sexuality mean that you're not a real man? Baby, when I wake up in the morning and I pull my pants down, what I see is dick and balls. That makes me a real man. That makes me a real man. Every time I look down and see what's between my legs, that makes me a real man. I don't give a fuck who I fuck or how feminine I may act at times or all this other shit. I'm a real man. And I do things that real men do. The only difference is I just fuck other real men. Now, let's be clear. I said it once and I'm going to say it again. When it comes down to what Dr. Heavenly said, it was fucked up. It wasn't necessarily homophobic, in my opinion. It was more ignorant than anything. Let's just say that. But what I will say is that, and this, now I'm talking to the gay boys, okay? Now, let's be clear. Y'all laugh, y'all kiki it up when Dr. Heavenly says and does shit to everybody else. She been saying problematic shit for a minute, and everybody thinks the shit is funny until she says something about you. Now you want to drag her. Now you want to do all this extra shit now because she started saying something that aligns with us, something that offends us as gay men. But why don't y'all look outside of that and see what she does is problematic? See, I'm the type of person that's like this. I don't give a fuck if you gay or straight. If you're doing something fucked up, I'm going to call it out. And if I don't like what the fuck you doing, whether you gay or straight, I'm not going to stand by the shit. And that's just what it is. I mean, she called Dr. G a damn. Okay. And everybody thought it was funny. Nobody said nothing. She got out scot-free with that. But as soon as she say something about us, now we want to cry about it. I ain't crying about shit. I ain't crying about a damn thing. You know why? Y'all didn't give a then, so why do you care now? She's wrong as two left foots. Yeah, she's wrong. She was ignorant for that. But at the end of the day, this is why I say y'all need to call it out, call shit out as y'all see it. Y'all be knowing that shit be problematic as hell, and nobody says anything. But now we want to be mad. Why we mad now? And let's also be honest here. I saw some shit that somebody else said on one of the lives that I saw last night, and someone said Dr. Heavenly is being ate up by the same people that she turned on her own community for. And see, I didn't like it. I ain't like that because that's a clear divide with the black men and the gay men and the black women. It's a clear divide, and that shit irks me. I cannot stand that shit, but I'm gonna say something about it anyway. The reason being is that, and I heard Queen Sheba say something along the lines of this too. Shout out to her. She said something about black women don't stick together because they don't like a person. I've been saying that for the longest time. Everybody be so mad with LGBT people and stuff like that when they speak up and say whatever, because they do kind of stand beside each other when it really matters. But then when it's a black woman and if they don't like you, then they're not going to stick beside you. But when I said that shit many, many moons ago, motherfuckers wanted to be mad with me. Queen Sheba literally said the same thing that I said years ago when I said something about K. Michelle, and I said that I felt some kind of way when she was abused, and she spoke on that, and many black women denied her story and said that she was lying and didn't support her. And I said, we always talk about protect black women until it's a black woman that we don't like. Then the protect black women thing just is thrown out the window because we don't like that person. I've been saying that shit. I said that a long time ago. But I was called a woman hater when I said it. So it's just like, what the fuck? And I really believe that Heavily probably has said a whole lot of bullshit. A whole lot of bullshit that's very problematic, and not just about gay folks. Heavily says a lot of things that she ain't got no business saying, and she gets away scot-free with it. No one bats an eyelash. No one says nothing. No one does anything. That one needs to keep the same energy when the chat comes for who? And you know, I feel, and then you know, it's already bad enough that most of the gay male content creators get a bad rep. We all do. I be seeing some of y'all. I don't recognize no one in this chat that be doing it, but I be watching, like, let's be clear. I watch other content creators. I be in the bushes. I don't go nowhere where I don't come in nobody's comments where I'm not wanted, honey. Okay? I don't. I sit back and I watch. And I see some of the shit that y'all say, and I see some of y'all put my name in the comments, and you know, I don't watch Scotty. He don't like women. I don't watch Scotty. He don't like women. I don't watch Scotty, and all this other shit. Conveniently forget about videos like this where I'm taking up for women. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't like a lot of gay content creators and things like that. And because we say some things that may be a tad bit harsh, you know what I mean? We don't like them. I know for me, I stopped saying, you know, I stopped saying and doing certain things because I don't want to offend nobody. I know who watch me, because when you think about it, the majority of my comments be full of women. My platform has been built off the backs of women. My platform has been built off the backs of women. I started off reviewing a show, Basketball Wives. Nothing but women on there. Every single reality show that I ever talked about was full of women. The only show that I talk about that's full of men is Chasing. That's the only one. So you know. Let me see. I give people a chance and try to understand people's perspectives on the gay community and the women community. For years, I've tried to be transparent, but what I'm not going to go for is that gay men are anti women. And that's not true. We're not anti women. At least I'm not. We're not anti women. Are there some women out there that I don't like? Yeah. Shit, it's some punks out there that I don't like either. Don't mean I hate the whole damn community, does it? Let me see. When we call something out, we're labeled anti-women. Absolutely, and I don't like that. I've been trying to fight that stereotype off of me for the longest. I never got that vibe from your content. That's someone who stopped by and don't listen to you regularly. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Not all, Scotty. There are some of the gay community that have been mean towards the woman community. No, I agree with that too. There has been. Like if I sit up here and act like there aren't any gay male content creators that haven't been mean towards women, then I'll be a fucking hypocrite. That is the absolute truth. That has been the case. Absolutely. There have been some that have been mean as shit. I ain't gonna sit up here and tell no lies or act like I ain't never seen it. So it is what it is. I ain't gonna never sit up here and act like that now. There's definitely some that, you know, are doing that. But wouldn't it be the same thing when the women call out things and they call them anti-gay? Pretty much. I mean, I don't think that let's just say this, because I feel like it's just like I was just about to say this. I was just about to say this. I'm not talking about you. I followed you for years, but we have to be honest because this has been a problem on both sides. I was just about to say this. It's an issue on both sides of the fence. It's a damn issue on both sides. It's an issue with the men. It's an issue with the women. It's an issue on both sides. Everybody want to make their point, and then somebody else want to make their point be above this point when it's really all the same. Men can be mean to women, and women can be mean to us. It's the truth. Now that is the truth. Now I'm not gonna take that away. It is the truth. But isms and phobias are nuanced in how they show up in the world and deeply ingrained into our society. Absolutely. So I think there's an issue on both sides of the fence. Sometimes I wish, and I said this many times before, sometimes I wish that I could get a panel together with gay men and black women and see if we could talk about these issues. Like me, Josiah, T, and then who would be the three women I would choose? Queen Sheba, um, Millie Chan, maybe, and maybe Bondi. That sounds like a good setup. That sounds like a good setup. I would love to do something like that. That would be a good panel to do. Everybody would be tuned in to that. I would love that. But I don't know. I don't know. Make it too chaotic. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just gonna say this. And then I'm gonna get ready to close this thing out. I'm gonna start out by saying I do not like homophobes. And I don't care for people that are anti-women either. I think that there's issues on both sides of the fence that we all need to address. I think that there are I do think that everybody needs to take accountability for the part that they play in the things that happens. And then that's just the truth. I pride myself on not being a hypocrite. I try because even when I find myself being a hypocrite, I even say it. I'd be like, well, yeah, I'm contradicting myself. I'm being a hypocrite at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah. So that is pretty much the gist of that, y'all. Let me see y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed this show. Cause I wasn't expecting to get up here this early because I already gotta do Love and Hip Hop Miami. I haven't watched it yet. And get prepared for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and stuff like that. But I wasn't expecting to get up this early and do no live, but it happened. And I'm kind of glad that it did happen. It gave me something else to talk about. Cause that's what content is, content, and we all looking for shit to talk about, basically. Like that's just what it is. But what I might do later, if anybody's open, I may do an open panel later tonight. How about that? I might do an open panel later tonight and let everybody come up and give their opinions about this situation. It would be like a late night type of vibe where I take, calls and stuff like that later on tonight. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Um, Hopefully my mind don't change because sometimes I say I'm gonna do sometimes I say I'm gonna do a damn open panel and then I turn around and don't do it. Let me see. Poll the chat for what, Feisty? For open panel? Because if so, let me make the poll right now. Okay, let me make a poll right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me make this poll real quick before we go. Okay, so there is a poll in the chat asking, do you guys want a late night open panel? Or not? Damn, it's already 100%. There are no zeros. Y'all steady voting. It's already 39 votes, 41 votes already, 42 votes already. Okay. 43 votes. Okay, so everybody is saying yes from the looks of it. Everybody wants a late night open panel tonight. And I'm gonna give that to you guys. I'm gonna give that to y'all later on. Before we go, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all ain't watching Beyond the Gates, y'all need to. It was so damn good. I'm enjoying it already. And I can't wait to watch it today because I'm off work, honey, and I'm gonna watch it. Okay. I am very excited. Y'all need to tune in to Beyond the Gates. If you don't watch it live, you can watch it on Paramount Plus because that's how I damn watched it. Okay. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I want to review it, but I don't know how because this is a show that comes on every day. So I don't know if I can review the shit every damn day, but I'm trying to see. Ravine, what channel? It comes on CBS, but you can catch it on streaming on Paramount. Most Def. So let me tell y'all a few things that I'm doing right now. Before I go. Maybe a weekly review. That's what really be suggested. We'll see. So I'm working on a couple of things right now. My book is one of them. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. That's one thing. I'm about to do another project. I was very nervous about this project, but I'm gonna do it. I already agreed to do it now at this point. So it's just like, y'all gonna be seeing me. Y'all gonna be seeing me. So that's all I gotta say. Possible interviews that I got coming up. There's some possible interviews that I got with certain people coming up, probably. What the one-on-one segment is back. There's you got Storm Monroe apart, Jamie, that's me, Make It Make Sense, House of Aaron, all of them are a part of it. I did want Rodney on it, but Rodney was like, I'm not interview fish, honey. I'm panel fish, not interview. So I understood what he was saying when he said that. But yes, I cannot wait for you guys to see some of the stuff that I'm working on right now. But that's pretty much it, y'all. But the main thing that we need to get on right now is this right here. And that is me being nominated for Boss Babe. This year, this is my 5th nomination, honey. This is my 5th nomination. Make sure you guys are voting. For all of my moderators, please go ahead and start voting if you haven't. The last day to vote for me is March the 7th. This is the only nomination that I have. And baby, I already purchased my suit for the Boss Baby Awards, honey. Y'all know I try to come with a good look. My last look with the pink last year, that wasn't necessarily a favorite. It got mixed reviews, but I can't wait. So for those of you that are asking me, can you vote more than once? You can on multiple devices, though, not on the same device. I think that's how it goes. But if you haven't voted, go ahead and do so. The link should be in my description box, and my moderator should be sharing it. With that being said, we're about to go ahead and get up out of here, and I will talk to you guys for Love and Hip Hop if there isn't anything else for me to discuss this out here in the blogs. I'm going to take out some time for the next minute and allow you guys to vote. And moderators, please share that link and make sure everybody's voting. Bye, y'all.